Alright, you primitive screwheads, listen up. Today, we're diving into one of the most quotable, most groovy, most chainsaw-handed epics of all time, Sam Raimi's Army of Darkness. So, grab your boomstick, because this is my recap. We pick up right where Evil Dead 2 left off. Our hero, Ash Williams, and his trusty 1973 Oldsmobile Delta 88 have been sucked through a time portal and dumped smack dab in the Middle Ages. Specifically 1300 AD, before he can even ask for directions, Ash is captured by Lord Arthur's knights, who mistake him for an enemy soldier loyal to Duke Henry, with whom they're at war. They chain him up with the captured Duke Henry, and drag them both back to Arthur's castle. Now, Ash isn't your typical medieval peasant. He's got a shotgun, a chainsaw for a hand, and a 20th century attitude problem. The knights are terrified of his boomstick and his steel hand. They toss him into a pit where a Deadite is waiting to have him for lunch. But Ash being Ash is not about to become Demon Chow. With a little help from the castle's wise man, he gets his chainsaw back, dispatches the pit beast in a gloriously gory fashion, and earns the terrified respect of the medieval locals. They start calling him the Promised One, a hero foretold to save them from the Deadites. Ash, however, couldn't care less about their prophecy. He just wants to go home. The wise man tells him the only way back to his own time is by retrieving the Necronomicon Ex-Mortis, the Book of the Dead. It's the very same book that started all this trouble. According to the wise man, if Ash speaks a specific phrase over the book, Klaatu Barada Nikto, he can use its power to open a portal home. Simple enough, right? Reluctantly, Ash agrees. He gets a cool new mechanical hand built by the local blacksmith, stocks up on gunpowder using a chemistry textbook from his car, and sets off on his noble quest. His journey takes him through a haunted forest, because of course it does. This is where things get weird. Ash is tormented by an unseen force, gets chased through the woods, and eventually seeks shelter in a creepy old windmill. Inside, he sees his own reflection in a mirror. But this reflection has a mind of its own. It mocks him, jumps out of the mirror, and a tiny, evil version of Ash, let's call him Mini Ash, sprouts from his shoulder. A full-on Three Stooges style battle ensues. Ash tries to deal with the multiple Mini Ashes that pop up, eventually swallowing one. But this is a big mistake. The swallowed Mini Ash grows inside him and splits Ash into two separate beings. Good Ash, our hero, and evil Ash, a rotten, hideous version of himself. Good Ash blasts evil Ash with his boomstick, buries him in a shallow grave, and continues his quest, thinking the problem is solved. Spoiler, it's not. Ash finally reaches the spooky graveyard where the Necronomicon is kept. There are 3 books on pedestals, and he has to choose the real one. After a couple of painful wrong choices, he finds the correct book. Now, all he has to do is say the magic words, Klaatu Barada Nikto. It's a simple phrase, but Ash, in his infinite wisdom, kind of forgets the last word. He tries to mumble his way through it, coughing and improvising with nectarine. Nickel? He figures, yeah, that's it. Close enough. It was not close enough. By botching the magic words, Ash doesn't just grab the book. He awakens the Army of Darkness. The dead rise from their graves, led by the resurrected and now very skeletal evil Ash. Whoops, the sky darkens, and evil Ash leads his army of skeletons, the Deadites, on a march to seize the Necronomicon and conquer the world. Ash, realizing his colossal screw-up, grabs the book and gallops back to the castle as fast as he can. Back at the castle, nobody is happy to see him. They now see him not as a hero, but as the guy who just unleashed an unholy army of the dead upon them. Panicked, they want to throw him out, but Ash has had enough. He delivers an epic speech, calling them primitive screwheads, and rallying them to fight. He uses his 20th century knowledge to teach them how to make gunpowder and prepare for a siege. He even modifies his Oldsmobile into a steam-powered, spinning-bladed Geth coaster. It's time for a medieval showdown, S-Mart style. The battle is pure, chaotic awesomeness. Skeletons storm the castle walls, catapults launch flaming projectiles, and Ash in his element mows down Deadites with his boomstick and chainsaw. Duke Henry, whom Ash had earlier befriended and freed, arrives with his own army to help turn the tide. The climax sees Ash in a one-on-one duel with his evil counterpart. Evil Ash, after some sword clanging and witty banter, Ash uses a lit torch to set Evil Ash on fire, sending him flying into a pile of gunpowder. Boom, no more Evil Ash. The skeleton army crumbles into dust and the day is saved. With the battle won, the wise man prepares the potion that will send Ash home. He gives Ash a drop for every century he needs to travel. Just as he's about to drink it, a maiden he'd grown fond of, Sheila, decides she wants to go with him. But Ash, ever the lone wolf, knows she belongs in her own time. After a heartfelt goodbye and one last kiss, give me some sugar, baby, he drinks the potion and falls into a deep sleep, ready to wake up in his own era. And now we come to the ending. Or should I say endings? The original, darker ending sees Ash miscalculate the potion. He takes one drop too many and oversleeps, waking up in a post-apocalyptic future where civilization has been destroyed. He screams in despair, "I slept too long." It's a bleak, classic Evil Dead twist. But the studio wanted something more upbeat. So the theatrical ending has Ash waking up right back where he belongs, in the housewares department of his smart job. He's telling a story to a skeptical co-worker when suddenly a Deadite attacks a customer. Ash, ever the hero, springs into action. He grabs a Winchester rifle from the sporting goods section, blows the Deadite away, and delivers one of the most iconic lines in cinema history. "Hail to the king, baby." He pulls a fellow female employee in for a dramatic kiss. A true hero returned, and that, my friends, is the groovy tale of Army of Darkness. A masterpiece of horror, comedy, and action that proves all you need to save the world is a little bit of swagger and a whole lot of boomstick. Thanks for watching. If you dug this trip back in time, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what movie I should break down next. Shop smart, shop smart.